Hey, everybody, and welcome to today's session. Hope everybody's having a phenomenal Sunday. And just so you know, just to set this off on the right foot, we're going to go ahead and we're going to kind of keep this to like a Q&A slash shorter training, because all day I've just been focusing on content editing and uploading it all in batches. So that's, I took a break from that to come here to do, to obviously do this live training session. And I know a lot of you have questions. So I'm going to try to keep it between 30 and 45 minutes and continue what I was doing before with all the content and just uploading it all, because our goal is to have everything in there before the month ends. Because again, we had to reshoot a lot of things and re-edit everything, export it, and then now we just have all these video files we need to upload. Anyways, I'm going to dive in. I see there's a lot of questions in the chat box. So let's see, ask all the questions. Yeah, there's a ton of them. All right, let me just read some of these and answer them in order and in which they make sense. So I'm just go through some of these. So T asks, hi Dan, should we run dynamic ads first for 5 days, then use what's best performing and duplicate it as a single ad? Yes, you can run dynamic ads first. You should be running dynamic ads. And again, for everyone who doesn't understand that, don't worry about it. All the content that we're uploading is going to go ahead and cover that as well. Maybe the next question. So this is a good question that he asked that I want to address. So he says, you mentioned Google and YouTube ad is also a great way to send traffic as well. Do we have training on that? So I'm going to replace the native ad section with YouTube ads, like Google AdWords YouTube, because it's much easier and it's very, very, very simple on how to use in comparison to setting up native traffic. Will we talk about native traffic? Yes, but I want the path of least resistance for everybody here. And it's actually working exceptionally well right now. So really, really well. So we have training rolling out on that in the members area. Let's see, can you test multiple different offers on one single Facebook Business Manager at the same time? Yes. So it's just remember one URL, so one website per ad account. But on that website, you can promote whatever you want as the affiliate offer. So if your website is XYZ, xyzlife.com, on that site, you can promote as many different affiliate offers as you want. However, you can only advertise xyzlife.com on the ad account, one website per ad account. Just keep that in mind. Right. So how much is the appropriate CPM cost? How to lower CPM costs? Appropriate CPM costs, anything lower than like $30, $40 is great. If you're in the teens, that's awesome. It's phenomenal. But again, how do you lower it? You have to have high click-through rates on your ads. So which one is more cost efficient and brings better ROI? Conversion campaign to a sale or conversion campaign to generate a lead? Brings to your autoresponder follow-up for email marketing? Well, it depends. It depends on your goal. So for example, it's going to take a lot longer to make your money back to see an ROI generating leads. But generating leads is playing a longer term game because you own the data. So just keep that in mind. So you need to determine what you want to do. Sales is a lot easier because you just optimize to get as many sales as possible, as much commissions as you can. So what's the best metric to see when to stop your campaign? You mentioned do not spend over $35 per single ad set. So yeah, we have our own, KPIs, our own indicators that we look at. Anywhere from, it depends on how much commissions on average we get per sale. So if the affiliate offer that we're promoting, we have, let's just say on average, $150 in commissions on average per sale that we're getting, then I'll go ahead and raise it to like $50, $60 per ad set that we test and we see. But if we're just getting started, $35, $40 per ad set. If it doesn't work, then just kind of can it. You don't need to keep spending money, beating a dead horse, if you will. For Facebook placement ads, should we just put manual placement at Facebook newsfeed only? Yes, leave it as is. Or don't worry. I see you said you had a lot going on. Life gets in the way. Totally fine. That's why we have the recordings in the members area. And we're going at a decent pace here. I'm learning a lot on what you guys need also. So one of the biggest things as to why I'm grateful that the video files were corrupted is that I can go in and reshoot the video content based off of what I've learned so far from everybody here. So that's kind of one thing that I'm happy about. So let's see. For Facebook Attribute, what is 7-day click or 1-day click? Sell some training elsewhere. They recommend 1-day click review. What is that? Don't worry about that for now. Yes, that's irrelevant. I don't know what that means. Is this business model another saying is direct response copywriting? No idea what that means, what you're trying to convey. Okay. All right. I'm just going through some other questions. May I know what's the highest factor to convert strangers into customers? The highest factor is the determining factor is copy, is the sales material, right? Is the copy and angle? Yep. Image and creative? Yep. Traffic source quality? Yep. Offer itself? Yep. It's literally all the above that you just mentioned. Which one stands out the most amongst all? They all have to work in unison. If your ad copy or ad creative or just ad in general isn't good, it's not getting a high click-through rate, people aren't going to come to your page and read what you have on your page. And if they do have a high click-through rate and they are coming to your page, then you have to make sure that it has a high click-through rate to the actual affiliate offer. And if it doesn't have a high click-through rate to the affiliate offer, then you have to fix the copy on the page. And you have to make sure the affiliate offer is actually converting. So again, it all has to work in unison. All right, let's see here. Yeah, Brian, 100%. I've warmed up my profile and I've boosted posts, created ad copy, good. I linked on my pages, okay. Set up the affiliate site, okay. Should I just be waiting for the new content right now or should I continue to boost? So you just wanna go ahead and make sure when you boost the posts through your profile, like through the page on your profile, the first thing, the thing that you're looking for is the first charge from Facebook. And then you're going to go ahead and you're going to go and, quote unquote, just happen to stumble upon creating the business manager, like outlined. So if you're waiting right now, it's fine. Just create the BM. But here's the thing, is that what I would recommend and what I would suggest, not what I would suggest, but what we do is once you create the BM, wait 24 hours, create a page in the BM, wait 24 hours, create the ad account in the BM, wait 24 hours, then go and boost posts in the ad account through the BM for that page you created, just boosting a post, very small, small budget. And the whole goal is to warm up the account for like bare minimum is like $50 to $75 bare minimum. What I like to do is I like to spend maybe anywhere, depending on what I'm promoting, like $100 just to warm up the account with boosted posts. And what you have to keep in mind is Facebook looks at, what they really look at is how many approved posts does your account have, meaning how many ads have been approved and how many have been rejected. So they look at it as a percentage ratio. So if you have 10 ads that you go ahead and you schedule or roll out and 5 of them get rejected, then you have a 50% rejection rate, which goes ahead and has a negative implication on your account, more than likely disabling your account. That's why boosting with PPE is important, or engagements is important, is because they increase the percentage of success that your account has of ad approval. And you'll notice that the more ads you have approved over time, the less waiting you have in the in review phase. So that's how they base that metric off of how many ads you've previously rolled out that have been approved. And if you have any rejected with a low amount of ads rolled out, that's not good. So just make sure you can game it. You could do you can do like $5 or you could do $1 for an ad set a day and have like 10, 15 different ad sets that get approved. It's the same thing, just running the same boosted post to get a higher approval rate on the account. So that's something that that you can do and kind of game as well. Just reading some other questions. Okay. Scroll all the way to the bottom. Let's see here. Okay. When we're running a conversion campaign on Facebook, which key metrics should we check and alert the most before deciding whether to continue or shutting them down? Good question. So the KPIs that you should be looking at is definitely your click-through rate, your cost per thousand impressions or your CPM, and your cost per click. Okay, so here's the thing: is that your click-through rate is the determining factor to the other metrics. So if you have a low click-through rate, you're going to have a higher CPM and a higher cost per click average. But if your click-through rate is decent, if it's good, you're going to have a lower CPM and you're also going to have a lower cost per click. So CTR is really important on the ad. So that's what you really want to pay attention to and try to get your click-through rate from ad to your page as high as you possibly can. So that's where ad optimization comes into play. All right. Tia already answered that. Okay. What is your recommended vault for spying other competitors winning ads? Which free tools do you use? So we do spy, but we have to go ahead and kind of find them. Either somebody tells us, hey, is this your page? Hey, is this your offer? Whatever it is. The way that we find stuff and we spy on people is basically others coming to us and either showing us or asking us questions. And that's how we find a lot of, what's working now and competitors and all of that is just by kind of being told and shown. We don't necessarily use spy tools because it's not easy to find these kind of needle in the haystack type of ads that we're doing. So we can't just plug in and you could use ad spy, use keywords like pounds and whatnot, and it'll pull up some ads with good engagement. But for the most part, you want to take note of pages that you find that are running the same type of ads that we're running. And what's really important that you look at and keep track of is if you go to the Facebook ads library, you're able to see all their ads, and you want to take a look at when they launch that ad and if it's active or not. So if you could see if the ad was launched in January and the ad is still active, that means it's profitable, or at least it should be profitable, because nobody's going to be running an ad for that long of time, spending money and not making money back. So, that's kind of something that we look for is, when I showed you pages in other training videos, I think last week or even a week before, I showed you inside Facebook ads library, we found a competitor and, we kind of asked around, did our due diligence. And so we saw when their ad was put up, what month it was. And we also see, because the ads library tells us that it's active. So if the ad is active and it was released in, let's just say 3 months ago, nobody's running ads for 3 months at a negative. So we know that there's something that it's a potential winner, because again, like I said, nobody's going to be spending money at a loss for that many weeks or months. See, if we copy A to Z from image to the copy, word by word from our competitors, will it cause your FB ads account to get banned due to plagiarism? No, it won't get shut down due to plagiarism. You don't want to copy it word for word, and definitely don't want to take the exact creative. The reason being is because if they get disabled, then the chance of you getting disabled, because the Facebook artificial intelligence knows that they can obviously scan all the ads within a millisecond, and they can see exactly that it's word for word. So they're going to associate the account that they just disabled with your account because you copied it exact. So you want to change some stuff up, right? So that's really important. Is you want to make it a little bit different, but you want to keep it like the same style. You want to kind of, keep it in the same realm, because it obviously works if you find a competitor that is clearly doing well. So let's see. Thanks, Maria. Okay. After scheduled / publishing your affiliate campaign successfully on Facebook, what else can you do to move the needle faster for besides just waiting? I mean, literally, you just have to wait for them to approve the ad and start sending traffic. And then you want to monitor the traffic. So you want to see, kind of keep an eye on the metrics. So take a look inside of your affiliate dashboard, see how many hops or how many clicks you're getting. And you also want to keep an eye on the metrics in your Facebook dashboard. So the metrics that you get are delayed. So in Facebook, they might be delayed like 30 minutes or so. And so even though they're delayed, it's still, it's still fine. So if you get a sale, at 1 p.m., it might only show in Facebook that the sale registered at like 2 p.m. So the delay does, don't fear that Facebook isn't tracking it, because sometimes they don't track it. Sometimes there's misfires. They don't track properly. But for the most part, there is a delay in the tracking. So you just have to kind of wait and monitor the stats. And most importantly, monitor based off of the spend that is being shown from, in your ad account from Facebook. So if they say, hey, this is how much has been spent, these are the metrics, just take a look at the metrics and gauge exactly, what you're going to be doing with that particular ad set or campaign. Because again, data tells a story, right? So the one thing you have to really always kind of grasp is that you never want to get too emotionally attached to a campaign, because at the end of the day is, data doesn't lie. The numbers don't lie. So yeah, that's like one thing that I want everybody to like grasp from the start, is if the data is telling you one thing, listen to the data. It's very important. So let's see, going through some more questions. All right. What's the best cost-efficient way to start building an email list? This is kind of like open-ended. There's a lot of ways you can build an email list. When it comes to building an email list, you have to understand the transaction that's happening. Is the transaction that is going that is going in real time, is somebody's exchanging their personal info for something that is worth that exchange. So even though it's not monetary like money, it's still worth something to somebody. Their information is worth a lot to them. So their email, their name is worth something to them. So you have to provide something of value that is of equal to or greater value than their information. And just keep in mind that most individuals, they value their privacy very, very greatly. So, getting them to give you their real email and name that they, for an email that they actually use and track, is a lot harder, a bigger challenge. So the more value that you give for building an email list, the more likely you are to get their real information, their real data for a higher quality lead per se. But what we do is we do a lot of kind of PDFs and books and all of that. You know, like free reports, whatever it is, case studies, and we kind of just wrap those. We wrap those, you know, offers, if you will, in a promotion. So if we're like, hey, here's a free report that teaches you, you know, how to lose weight doing X, Y, and Z, or here's a free report on, you know, the best foods to help burn stubborn, you know, belly fat, whatever. In that free report, we'll write it up in Google Docs, and inside of it, we'll have affiliate links all throughout. So it's just one, you know, it's kind of just like one big pitch. Even though, yes, there is value provided, it's just essentially, it just becomes a kind of like a pre-sell, if you will. And then we just hit them with the email list. All right. Let's see. Thank you, Dan Anthony. Appreciate it very much for the work team. Thank you guys. Super welcome. All right. Joseph, do you have last week training webinar recorded? I do not see last week training. Yeah, last week should be in the members area. Let me check here. I'm just going through this. Let me take a look. Hang on, I'm just looking here. It should be in there. That was the copywriting bootcamp, right? Can somebody refresh my memory here? I'm not too sure if that was, because I have it literally right here. Was it the copywriting bootcamp? If not, because I have multiple different recordings for us. I'm trying to figure out which one it was exactly. Nope, that one wasn't it. Do you remember the topic, guys? So I can go ahead and, oh wait, I see some stuff here. It's where I also talked about Udemy, I assume. All right. I think it's the one where I talked about Udemy as well. So I have, because I'm looking at it right now. Cool. Okay, let me go through some more questions. There's a lot of questions coming through. I just want to go ahead and get them all answered for you guys. Okay, so may I know how to know / count the initial sales amount on Digistore? I mean, it shows it right in your dashboard once you log in. What should include on ClickBank? Also, place mentioning initial sales amount is more important than the net sale count. What do you mean by that exactly? So Kevin says, what's the burnout rate for going through BMs for Facebook? Should we be constantly warming up accounts? This is such a good question. Okay, so we are always warming up accounts, always, because the burn rate for our particular space, our vertical, is definitely a lot higher than other spaces. So if you have the ability to go ahead and warm up accounts consistently, I would definitely recommend doing so. But again, here's the thing, is that if you're not aggressive, we're aggressive. So we push the boundaries a lot, and we like to scale really fast and really heavily. So if you're not aggressive and you're slowly progressing with your budget, like daily spend, like if you go from $5 a day to $20 to $10 to 15 to 20, et cetera, day by day, and you're slow with your scaling, you're not going to have a problem. But we don't do it. We literally go from zero to the max spend on the ad account from one day. Literally 48 hours later, we push the limits. So our burn rate is a lot higher than everybody else's because we just throw money at it. And Facebook doesn't necessarily like that. I don't know why. I don't know why they just won't accept our money. But long story short is, let's just say the ad account limit's 350 or 250 or 500, whatever it is. We'll go ahead and we'll max that out in a single day within 48 hours after warming up the account. So I recommend you don't do that, and you start off very slowly and you scale your way up, right? So let me just go back to the chat and see some more questions. Okay, let's see here, chat. Yeah, let's see. So many questions are rolling through. Okay. Should we be reaching out to affiliate managers, support for bump commissions, demographics, buyers list? Yeah, Brian, you definitely can, 100%. I would recommend start kind of like shopping around and building up, a relationship and whatnot. So then you can just eventually ask them, hey, can you put the pixel inside of the thank. Okay, just going through some more questions. Let's see here. All right. So, okay. Yes, already. So, Brian, reading your other one. Yes, I've already been charged 2 times. Good. Wait a few days. Okay. Should the new page I create be along the same thing as existing page, or should I link it, wait a day, then create? So it should be a new page. So you should just create a new page in the BM. Don't link it. All right. So Vlad says, it really just fruit that we should focus on when we're using images for Facebook ads? Yeah, literally. It's all we do is use obscure like fruit images. We'll take pictures on our phones too and use images like that are that we go to a grocery store and literally we take pictures of fruits. I'm not kidding. Like legitimately, that's what we do. So is there any tools we can find the back-end targeting setup for the competitors' ads? No, that's impossible. That's impossible, T. You're literally asking somebody to hand you their business. So what's the best resources for great ad creative images? There's no best resource for ad creative images, T. It's, you don't know what creative is going to perform well. So you can spend like $100 buying a pack of images, or you can go ahead and use your phone, take a picture of an image in your hand, and that might outperform the $100 that you spent. So there's no source, there's no there's no like secret place to get ad creatives. Do you recommend using trackers, Google Analytics, or ClickMagick? Yeah, I use both. All right. Let's see. So Maria asked, email, what's the best program to learn robust as we grow? Funny that you asked that. Before I hopped on to this live training, I was actually editing the videos for the email section, for the email content, showing you everything, like how to link up email autoresponder, all of that. So when the leads come in, you constantly just keep hitting them with offer after offer after offer. So let's see here. Okay. So TS, how to calculate your average net sales amount. What I would do, T, is I would actually go on Google, ask that same question, get a CSV file, and learn how to do it. All right. So these are questions. Yes, you're asking a lot of questions. Like I told you on our call, is that you have to be resourceful. Like you ask a lot of questions that are extremely easy to go out there and get the answers to. Like extremely easy to get the answers to. And some of these questions are like just a quick Google search and you have the answer to it. And figuring out your own system and processes in order for, so on our back end, for our accounting stuff, Anthony handles all that. So all I know is how much we spend, how much we make, and then everything else is handled by Anthony and the accounting team. So yeah, that's what I'm going to tell you. Like I said, and I'm going to keep reinforcing this to you, is that you have to be resourceful. You have to be resourceful. Like that question isn't something necessarily that should even be top of mind right now. First get ad spend going, Second, get revenue. Third, you can handle the accounting as it comes in. All right. Travis, what do you mean? When you, I think you're talking about the actual recording. Yeah, I'll go through it, Trav. So because I have 3 recordings here in a folder that I keep all of our trainings in. And I'll take a look at which one wasn't in there, or maybe I just have to push it live. T says, I saw your BM ads demo on video training is dead. May I know what is your next live Facebook page demo? What do you mean, T? I don't understand what you mean. Okay, Brian says, for the solo ads on Udemy, should we just be sending a link? If so, what link, or should we use the add text option? Yeah, so you can use the link to your email lander, to your where you capture the leads, one of the pages. Obviously, there's a few email caps in our ClickFunnels pages, so you can send them that link, and you have one of 2 options. You can have them write the email for you, or you can write an email yourself that they send to their email list. Okay. First. So Vlad says, do you recommend another provider for static IPs than instant proxy? Sometimes they don't work. What do you mean, Vlad, that they don't work? Because sometimes, so what I've noticed is that when they're random, right? So meaning that they won't, it's not like all 10 of the IPs will be USA based IPs. Like maybe 2 out of the 10 might be. But you can go ahead and message their support and be like, hey, listen, I need USA IPs. And they'll go ahead and give you USA IPs. So that's not a big deal. But in regards to them not working, I've never had a problem with them being down, like ever whatsoever. They've always had an incredible uptime. Let's see. Just going through some more questions. Okay, just taking a look here. Okay. James asks, with the Facebook farm profile we received from you and Anthony, how do we go about sending verification documents if Facebook asks? They have always asked me in the past, so I want to make sure I don't screw anything up. We actually get from the provider, he provides us the identification, like the ID, and then you can just upload that ID for verification. So Ant has like all the organization of the profiles somewhere. I don't really know the operations of like organization in the background, but if you email Ant or just ask Ant, he'll be able to go ahead and provide you the identification for the profile. Okay, Kyle says, how do we claim the one-on-one call? There was an email sent out upon registration, like enrollment. If not, you can email Anthony. He'll send you that link again. But yeah, you should have received an email with everything in there, all the links and everything. If you change your location when using instant proxies, they may not work until you're at the original place you used it, or you may have to add your current IP. Yeah, exactly, Brian. Okay. So Kevin says CPMs get really high during Q4 for Facebook ads. How does this affect affiliate marketing? Is this time to scale down? So CPMs tend to rise for e-commerce when it comes to the e-commerce world, in regards to like Shopify, drop shipping, like Shopify brands, etc. Given yes, they do rise 100%. But the other thing we have to consider when it comes to affiliate stuff is, and this is key, is, you know, weight loss and like transformation, like body transformation stuff, right? That, like Q4 is when it spikes, because New Year's is around the corner and everyone's New Year's resolution is to get in shape. So that's when stuff starts really picking up. And Q1 of every new year is incredible with running this exact model with the health offers, because everybody wants to go ahead and have their New Year's resolution to, you know, lose weight, become healthier, yada yada. So that's when stuff becomes so incredible for us, and you'll notice that as well across the board, that all the metrics just are just phenomenal. But during Q4, you shouldn't necessarily have a problem, because again, you're not playing in like the e-commerce realm. So it's completely different, and that's what, you know, that's what everybody has to understand. And I've made it very clear as well, is we're in two completely different models, like business models. There's more traffic during that time as well. Yeah, essentially, long story short, we don't necessarily have to worry about that problem like everybody else in the e-commerce field has to worry. Okay. Okay, let's see. Because this proxy doesn't have. Okay. Yeah. So Vlad asks, hey, Dan, do you have a dialed in Google ad strategy that you can teach us to get similar results with the system, in addition to Facebook ads, of course, not to replace it? Yes. Vlad, I don't know if you were here in the beginning of the call, but I said that I was probably going to substitute the native ads because it's a lot harder and it's a lot more budget intensive for beginners. And what's working exceptionally well right now is YouTube ads. So where you literally take the VSL, the video on the sales page, and you run it as an ad, and the results, the preliminary results that we've seen so far have been astronomical. I know somebody in particular, which is why this piqued my interest. I know somebody who in a single day was able to go ahead and make over 500,000 revenue, like rev-wise, hit $500,000 in a single day, doing just that. So yeah, so this is something that we're bouncing around in the back office here in the admin team, and I think we're going to go ahead and replace the native ad section with YouTube, because it's just so much faster and easier to get going. All right, can we use celebrity to put on our ads? I mean, it depends how you do it. If it's like a cameo, yes. And you have to pay for the cameo as a business cameo, but you can't just use somebody's image on your ad. All right, do people do it? Yeah, but it's not like ethical, and I'm not too sure if it's legal as well. So I wouldn't necessarily do that. Maria's like, sneak peek, which email program are you suggesting in the new modules? So we like to use SendLane. So SendLane is really good, but we'll talk about different email programs and then how they link up with ClickFunnels, because in order to have ClickFunnels native, like for the native ClickFunnels stuff, it costs like a lot of money every single month to pay for that via ClickFunnels. But there's like such a cheaper way to do it that we'll go ahead and show you how to do as well. All right. So let's see. Is the targeting for video channel or keyword placement? Is targeting for video channel or keyword placement for YouTube? So I mean, it's actually a lot different. It's affinity audiences. So let's see. Oh, it's weird too. I was just talking to Anthony about I want to create a channel like Steve will do it and do a lot of giveaways and stuff. But yeah, I was just talking to him about that literally a few hours ago. So Kevin says, will there be a section on team building, like training VAs, outsourcing, landing page builders, copywriters? I mean, we didn't necessarily plan on it. We can go ahead and talk about it on a coaching call. I mean, having something like that, I would definitely want Anthony to spearhead that, because obviously that's what he's really, really good at, which is, team building and all of that. So definitely, yeah, something that we can consider. And I don't see why we wouldn't talk about it. Just reading some more here. Okay, let's see what else we have for questions wise. There was a lot of questions here today, which is great. All right. Okay, cool. So anybody else have any questions as of right now? Let me see if we have some more questions coming through. Oh, I see there's a Q&A section actually that I didn't attend to yet. Okay. Excuse me. All right, I already answered this. Let's delete that. Component 7, Kartik, to answer your question, component 7, that's all going to be about the Facebook ads section. All right. James, I already answered that for you. Alan, all right, I just saw this now. Is pixel tracking important with affiliate? Since you're constantly getting accounts shut down, do you have a main pixel to keep all info? Good question. So we do. We actually go ahead and we use a pixel hub. So this is an account, like a pixel hub is just a blank business manager. It has no ad accounts in it, but we put the pages and the pixels in the actual BM. Now, here's the thing, is that recently Facebook put out a new rule that in order to share information, share the pixel or share pages to other accounts, you have to have some sort of ad spend or history in the account, which again, you could just boost a page and then let it run. You don't need to run any type of conversion ads. But what we do is we have, like I just said, we have pixel hubs where we have the pixels inside of the BM and we have the pages inside of the BM, and we don't run any type of offers in the ad accounts, but we share the pixel and the pages into another business manager. So we share those into another business manager, and then that business manager will be able to use those assets. So if the account gets banned, if the business manager gets banned, the account that shared the actual information, like the pages and the pixel, they don't get banned. So you're always able to keep the data and the pages as well. All right. So that's kind of like a sneaky little trick that we do. Okay. Thank you for live chat and answers, Dan and Anthony. Sure, no problem. See. Kyle, are you ever going to venture into lead affiliate marketing? I know a lot of guys who get paid for every lead he sends to a business. They don't even have to convert depending on the offer. Yeah, so those are like, like Refi, Medi, those type of offers. I have a lot of good friends that are in that space. One friend sends 250,000 leads every single month to certain offers. To me, I like owning the data, Kyle. It's really important that a lot of people grasp this concept. Is the person who owns the data ends up becoming the winner, ends up becoming the person who's able to scale further and build faster. So everybody, and here's why affiliate marketing is a very short-sighted business that makes really good cash, but it's not that's the thing. It's just not a actual long-term play unless you're capturing leads. Because here's the thing, let's say we do what we're doing now, which is phenomenal income as well. I don't want to knock it like at all. It is great for making a lot of cash. Basically is we go and we run ads to a bridge page, and that bridge page goes to the offer. Now in this case, in this example, we're not collecting a lead. We're just sending the person who clicks over to the offer itself, right? Now, here's the thing: is that if the visitor who clicks purchases, and you get commissions for it, great. You make money for being a middleman, essentially, right? That's what we are is like middlemen and middlewomen going out there and getting traffic to an offer, making a sale. We get commissions, great. We spend $50 to make a $150 sale, woohoo, right? But here's the thing: is that the person or the vendor who owns the offer, who owns the affiliate offer that we're promoting, they lose, right? Because they're paying us way more than what it costs them to fulfill. So they might take a loss. However, because they own the data, they have the customer information, they have the email, they have the phone number, they have the purchase history, they have all the data of that customer. What they're able to do is they're able to play a longer term game, is that they're able to go out there and they're able to create more products and promote to those individuals that we send to them. So they're able to constantly reuse that database that all affiliates are building for them. And so long story short is, yes, they don't make as much as we do as affiliates immediately. They play a different game. They make way more long-term than we do short-term. So if, let's just say theoretical, we made $100,000 profit in a single month promoting an affiliate offer, and the vendor took a $5,000 loss after paying commissions and having to fulfill products and merchant fees, whether it's on, ClickBank takes 7.5%, et cetera. So there's fees incurred. They might take a $5,000 loss on paying us, all of that. So we make 100K and they make negative 5,000, right? So the question becomes, dang, why would they even do that? Is because if you ever notice, all right, that there's always new offers, new weight loss VSL offers coming out. And you guys have probably noticed this like for forever, because Medicor, it hasn't been around for years. It's been around for a few months. However, there's new offers that are starting to beat Medicor. However, they're pretty much the same damn thing. They're the same damn VSL. They're pretty much the same, right? So as the owner of the list or the data, I'll go ahead and I'll send an email to that list because they're more inclined to open from me since they purchased from me, right? If you purchase something from a vendor or you purchase something from somebody, you're more than likely going to open their emails rather than not, because you already have that trust factor instilled. So they're able to go ahead and sell products to their customer base of either other affiliate products, or what they do is they simply add a hidden product in their funnel. And a lot of them do this. Now, here's the thing, as an affiliate, that's okay. Like, I don't want you to think this is a bad thing and that they're getting one up on you or me. It's okay. So typically speaking, you might have the main product, so like Medicor, and then they might have 2 upsells. And so in totality, it might be 3 products, the main product and then 2 upsells that customers get to see if they purchase. However, what you don't know is that there might be a 4th upsell that you don't know about, that you don't get commissions on, that is you're not included in, which again might infuriate some people. But here's the thing, is that that's how some vendors also break even. But let me tell you what's sneaky about this 4th hidden offer that you don't get commissions on, is that this 4th offer, right? Technically you have the main one and then the 2. So yeah, so the 4th offer that we don't get commissions on, it might be, let's just say, I don't know, $17. but it's $17 a month, right? And it might not convert like the front end, like the main product and the upsells, but I actually know one vendor who did this with multiple different products, and this is why it's really good, guys, to start building relationships with these vendors and the affiliate managers, because if you do build that relationship, I can damn well tell you right now, 95% of the products that we promote as affiliates do this. I can tell you that right now. And if you build up relationships, you can get a percent, like a commission. They're not going to give you crazy commissions like 90 or 75%. They might give you like 20%, 25%, but that's okay. You still get cut in. But here's the thing, is that they have like a fourth hidden little product in there for the people that, the customers that we send to them as affiliates, and they might recoup their money. And a lot of them do by having that $17 or $29 a month subscription for X, Y, and Z. So, long story short, yeah, they might take a $5,000 hit. We might make $100K. They might lose $5,000 because they have to fulfill everything and all that. But they're playing a long-term game where they own the customer and they know the recurring aspect on their hidden offer that they have. And I'm telling you right now, 100%, like 100% of every single affiliate offer that's in the weight loss field has a hidden, it's not hidden, I don't like using that. They have a recurring offer in there that you and I, as an affiliate, do not get commissions on. And sometimes it's not in the actual funnel, it's actually in their members area or their follow-up emails, whatever it is. And that's why owning the customer data is important. Now, why am I telling you this? Is because of the simple fact that, like I said before, as affiliates, we go from ad, bridge page, user clicks on the link on the bridge page, it takes it to the offer, right? Pretty simple. We don't collect that data. We can't get that data. We're just traffic brokers at that point. Now, here's the thing. If we add in an extra step, let's just say we create an opt-in page that's like, hey, download this free report for the 4 best keto meals that give you the most energy, something like that, just as a hypothetical, right? So we're still able to collect, the email lead. And from there, we now start to own the data. So this is really important, like that you understand this as well, is just because you have somebody who opts in for an email, right, doesn't mean they give a crap about you or what you have to offer, right? So your job, when you capture a lead, everybody always thinks, go and promote, like just sell them this product, right? But as humans, like psychologically, everybody here listening to me right now, if you got an email from, let's just say the sender name is John Doe Profits, and he said, hey, go buy product X, Y, and Z, right? And you got an email from Dan DeSilva, you got an email from me that says, go buy the same product X, Y, and Z, the same one John Doe is promoting, but I'm also promoting it as well. The chances of you listening to John Doe or even opening his email are so slim, and you might unsubscribe, hit spam, whatever it is, and completely toss them to the side. Now, because we've built rapport already through email, through you being a customer as well, you're more inclined to listen to what I have to say about it, and not saying you're going to purchase it, but you'll take it into account, you'll check it out, and you'll see if it's a right fit for you. Now, this is the same psychology that you need to carry over to when you build an email list. You are talking to people with a problem, right? But here's the thing, is that Dan DeSilva is not perfectly targeting the demographic of 40-plus-year-old women that have a hard time with their weight. Let's face it, right? Who is going to listen to me about this topic? I know absolutely nothing about the topic. However, what we started doing is we started going ahead and you'll notice this on some of our pages as well. A lot of times it's written in the perspective of the target audience that we're targeting, and the emails that we use as well will come from, like, Kathy at xyzdomain.com. And the very first thing that we do, again, your first email that's sent out, and you'll learn all of this once I put all the material into the members area. This is so sneaky, and it's a very long-term strategy, just so you know. The very first email that's sent out in the automation is supposed to be a way for you to build rapport. So how do you know if somebody's going to continually keep opening your emails or not? Is based on the fact if they have this type of connection with you. Now, I'll go into this, deeper, but there's a lot of ways to build that connection. You want to go ahead and make somebody feel like they're a part of something bigger than themselves, and most importantly, you have to understand what their problem is and how they feel. In this market that we're in, they all feel isolated. They all feel down and depressed, right? So I know that, and now you know that. And so what we do in our emails, we say, hey, we don't want you to feel alone. Reply to our email and tell us your biggest goal, and we're going to help you. So again, we don't have 100% reply rate, but the people that do reply, the individuals that do reply, are the ones that constantly keep opening the emails. Will constantly keep heeding our advice to purchase, this product or that product, et cetera, if it's in the right fit for them at the time. And this is kind of key here. Is everybody here has that mindset, that mentality of simply write this email to promote this product, and that's it. Well, here's the thing. Like I said before, John Doe emails you or I email you the same exact product, you're more inclined to listen to me because we've built rapport. And all these emails that vendors provide to you to add to your email sequences and autoresponders, they don't take into the fact that there's no rapport building. Just so you know, these emails that they provide to you are specifically meant to go out there, and it's for individuals who do mass blasts, AKA spammers. So that's who they give it to. And you'll notice that those emails are crafted in such a way that are just so ridiculous. Like, it's so stupid because it makes no sense. Narratively, it doesn't make sense. So we capture leads and we build an avatar and we build rapport with the lead that we get. And that's how we're able to constantly keep on recommending. Again, we don't necessarily directly sell. We recommend and let the reader make the decision. Let the person who's opening the email make the decision. We recommend and we give features and benefits. We do a lot of things in the emails, but most importantly, we're not pitching, we're not selling to them every damn email. More often than not, we're providing tips and techniques and then say, oh, this, by the way, is something really cool that you should check out. So does that make sense to you guys? Let me know. Give me like a 1 in the chat. Cool, good. So yes, let's see here, let's go to chat. Okay. Yeah, so T says, yes, I've used the 4 email sequences from Metacore vendor. It was too salesy and too hard sell. Definitely a lot more. Okay, yeah. So Kyle says, so it's about thinking long-term and having leverage of owning the data as the marketer to make ourselves valuable to the vendor. Makes complete sense. Exactly. Like that's the whole premise here. And when it comes down to people like Ebenezer and my friend Carter, who literally did like 10 mil in like 70 something days promoting Metacore. I'm in that group of top 1% of 1% affiliates, and we all talk to each other. We're actually in just a private Discord group where we share everything. One of my friends, Jordan, he sends 250,000 leads to refi offers every single month using Facebook. And they all do really well. But here's the thing, is that they send a significant amount of more traffic than I do to offers. However, what's different is that they don't own their data. I tend to own my data. So I have more leverage than they do, but here's the thing is that, and I tell them this all the time as well, is that I have an actual business. Because think about it. I want you to like logically think about this. If let's just say you're promoting Metacore, you make $100,000 profit in a single month promoting Metacore, right? As an affiliate without capturing leads. What happens if Metacore is taken down, meaning they're not selling it anymore? What happens then, right? Well, you have to kind of find a new offer. You have to start looking around, but your business is gone and you have nothing to show for it except that 100K that you made. Given, 100K is 100K. But at the end of it all, I'd rather make like 60, 70 and own all the data that I can use in the near future. And the thing about owning the data is it compounds on itself. So month one, you might only get like 2,000 subscribers, right? Month two, you're at like 4,000. And then, it just keeps compounding. 6,000, 7,000. As you scale, 10,000, 15,000. And you'll notice that every single month when your subscriber base goes up, so does your revenue. So it's like a snowball rolling down a mountain. It just keeps on getting bigger and bigger and bigger, right? So that's like a secret that nobody really talks about. But no matter how you slice it, I want to make it very known is that both ways are profitable. Like both ways you can make a lot of money, no matter which route you want to go down. It really is just dependent on you and the type of game you're trying to play, really. So, all right, let me just take a look at the remaining questions, and then I'll go ahead and end this. So, give me 1 second. Let me take a sip of water. Okay, let's see. So, but is it way more longer time to make your money back? Typically, yes. Typically, you are breaking even anywhere from like 14 to 20 days. So that's the drawback, but you own the data. Should we focus on getting, let's see, Vlad, let me read this. Okay. Should we focus on getting paid first by just bridge page the offer and getting our confidence in the system, and then begin working on the longer term aspect of lead generation? Yeah, 100%. Again, Vlad, there's no wrong answer to this. There's no right or wrong answer to this. It really is what you want to do from the start. All right. So let's see. Okay. Okay. Tim, I'm just reading your thing right here. Remove the watch video now image from my phone because it loads the affiliate links low and can't make it open the pop. So that open the pop and capture leads. I'm just reading this question like over and over again. Hang on. I remove the watch video now image from the funnel because it loads the affiliate link slow. Okay, you can't make it open the pop-up. Okay, you can make it open the pop-up if they click the image. You can set it to, you can put the link instead of, it seems kind of weird, but because it doesn't have the options in ClickFunnels when you use an image, just put in hashtag open hyphen pop-up, and then it'll do the same thing. It'll open the pop-up. How come you have an image? Because using a heat map, 70% of people click the image over the button. Yeah, Tim, that's exactly what I do. It's the same exact thing, just so you know. It's just using a short code. It's relatively easy. Let me do something really quick. Let me do this for you. Let me go over my funnels, and I'll share screen in a second. So usually Guild pages. Okay, let's go to email. Get it, and then I'll share this real quick so you can see. Hang on. Okay, so is this what you mean here? Whoops, where's share screen? Tim, let me know. On here, right? Where like a page like this, is this what you're talking about? Like where it says this image? Okay, so yeah, when you click here, you see where it says link URL, you can actually just hashtag open pop-up and then it'll open the pop-up. So you can have it set to it opening the pop-up right there. So yeah, I hope that answers, yeah, cool, that answers your question. So rather than direct linking it, it'll just open the pop-up same way. All right. All right, just a few more questions, 2 more minutes, and then I'm going to let everybody go here. All right, James, let me read your question. I'm just going to go through some other questions here and mark the ones that I answered already and mark the ones that I haven't answered. So let's see. Okay. 1 second. Okay, so James, what have you seen? Okay, so basically, what have I noticed overall, kind of like mistakes wise from everybody so far? I guess everybody has their own different mistakes that they make. There's not one that really stands out to me because everybody has, you know, their own Achilles heel, if you will. What I can say is, let me think about this. Give me one quick, let me actually sit here and just think for a second, because I do have a response, but I want to make sure that it's like a logical thing to say. All right. So this is how I want to word it. Is I told T this also on our private call, is everybody has to be resourceful. That's like the key is resourcefulness. If you're not resourceful, things are going to be a lot harder. And that's what I've noticed between everybody who has seen a lot of success and those who tend to get stuck most of the time is the resourcefulness that you have. Like for example, you know, I'm not like pointing out anything bad, and it's not bad whatsoever. But like Tim just asked a question that he got stuck on with an image that it loads slow, yada yada, and if he went in, clicked the image, and just looked at the link target, it pops up with open pop-up. Now, again, I'm not saying that's bad or anything because it's not common knowledge, but I figured that out by just doing it and implementing. And Tim, like I said, don't think like saying that you're stupid for not looking at that because it's not common knowledge. But when it comes down to it, guys, just be resourceful. Look, and Google is your best friend. You can ask me a lot of questions, but everything that I learned as well has been from me being resourceful and asking the right questions to the right people. And not only that, but making sure that in order to find the correct answers, I don't rely on everything that I hear, okay? And to really end this off and kind of reiterate and echo something is a lot of times being resourceful also comes with figuring out, like weeding out the facts and the crap, basically, right? And that's a hard thing to do. So the people that, what I've noticed is that the people that know what they are what they're talking about, and the people that actually understand and grasp certain concepts at high levels are typically the ones that are more than open to sharing it with you for something in return, whether it's monetary, like money, or if it's for exchange of information, whatever it is that, in order for me to learn all this circumventing with Facebook and whatnot, I had to provide, my information that I knew about a certain subject or certain subjects to somebody who also knew about, Facebook at the time, like how to do what I was trying to learn. So they were trying to figure out, the whole recurring e-commerce business, and I knew that like the back of my hand. And I was trying to figure out how to get, unlimited Facebook accounts, and they knew that like the back of their hand. So we just traded knowledge. And so I went to and I found the person or people, the group of people that actually knew what they were doing. I had to siphon through a lot of the BS. And there's a ton of people that are going to tell you, this is the right way, this is what you should be doing. But at the end of the day, it comes down to you actually trying it and then seeing if it works. And here's the thing: if it doesn't work for you, maybe it's just not, I don't want to say this, but maybe it's just not, like legitimate from the person that you were learning it from, or it's just they have something else that they didn't share with you. So whatever you learn, you always want to be resourceful, because the more that you can figure out on your own and piece together, the more real it becomes, right? So the easier it becomes for you to go ahead and take action on that info and piece together your own little system, which becomes really useful for you. So I'm kind of trying to convey that in the best way possible. And cool. So it looks like I pretty much let's see, answered everything. All right. Well, I think that's pretty much it for today. There was a lot of Q&A that I really wanted to go ahead and answer, because I know a lot of people had a lot of questions. Yeah, so James, you're right. Appreciate your candor and not sugarcoating everything. It is a business, and we need to treat it as a business, not a hobby. Bingo. Exactly. Cool. So, all right, guys, I want to let you go. I know this has gone over a little bit into your Sunday. So, yeah, I have a lot of content that I'm editing as we speak. So let me get back to that, and let me upload this ASAP, and the other session ASAP. I don't know why the other one wasn't uploaded yet. But anyway, everybody, it's been a pleasure. Thanks again for coming out here, spending a Sunday with me. And I look forward to seeing you this upcoming Sunday as well. And yeah, so by the end of this month, like before the next month starts, my whole goal is to have every single bit of content in the members area, because all I have to do now is just re-record some sections and edit them. Editing and exporting takes forever, because a 10-minute video takes 45 to 60 minutes just to go ahead and prepare. So it sucks. It literally sucks. But I have to go through the motions again and do it all, kind of eat shit, if you will. So cool. Anyway, yeah, any questions, put them into the community. I'm going to be in there tonight answering everything. Guys, it's been an incredible session. I hope you learned a lot, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye, everybody.